When Donald Trump first became president, I did say at the time I was a huge supporter. I wasn't to start with, but I became a supporter of Donald Trump, primarily because I said at the time, he's going to shake things up. He's either going to start World War III or he's going to create world peace. There's going to be no in between. And this is pretty much what he's about. And I think his second term is that on steroids. Because he's coming in and he said, right, I've been elected on these key points and I'm going to deliver. You're not going to like the way I do it, but I am going to deliver. And this is exactly what he's doing. But, for example, see, he's up against a lot. He's up against the prevailing narrative. He's up against the mainstream narrative that's always been anti-Trump because he likes to upset the status quo. The Ukraine war as another example. The Ukraine war has been rattling on for 3 years. Europe has been, Europe has been encouraging the war. They've been feeding the war machine, the Ukraine war machine. But Trump's come in and he said, look, no, this has got to stop. This war has to stop. I'm going to stop it. You're not going to like the way I'm going to do it, but I'm going to stop it. And this is Trump to a T. He's up against, as I say, this huge mainstream narrative, and they hate the way he does things. But all he says is, I deliver results. He's actually now potentially going to deliver Ukraine, peace in Ukraine, as he promised. Everybody hates the fact Europe are spitting blood about it. And this is the same with tariffs. And of course, the mainstream economic narrative is this is dreadful, this is the worst thing you could ever do. It's just going to create global trade wars. Yeah, it probably is. But what is the end game going to be? What is the result going to be? I don't know. And I hope to God that Trump is right. But ultimately, and I do see where it's coming from, and I actually do think it's almost worth a go just to see what does happen. Well, actually, in reality, what it is going to do is it is going to create self-sufficiency in nations like the United States. That's really what it's about. It is actually going to increase self-sufficiency in Canada and all these other nations. And that is the positive outcome. What it's trying to do is generate more industry, more self-sufficiency within the US to stop the reliance on external suppliers like China, unfortunately, like for you, Jason, like in Canada, etc. And it's going to, but what it does, it creates short-term pain. Yes, there is going to be inflation. Yes, there's going to be all these horrible, painful consequences for everybody, including United States citizens. But the long term is that it's going to engender and grow local suppliers. It's going to grow the own internal economy. So the long term benefit is massive.